Hi, everybody. I just wanted to pop in really quick and ask you a question. God, of course, I think of this before I get up and do anything. So I'm sorry if I'm groggy and I look funny, but I was just curious for those of you who are neurodivergent and do struggle with depression. I was curious how you come to terms with that and what do you do to help with that? I'm having a more challenging week this week. My symptoms have been coming back a bit. My thinking's been negative. I don't look towards you guys to be counselors. I have to reach out to mine. This is my own faults and my own situation that I've kind of let this go, and it's not anybody's fault, and it wasn't anything that I've done intentionally, but I get overwhelmed trying to manage both things that I want to do with my time and then having to do things with or for others, even if it's only like one small thing in a day. I'm getting kind of stuck, and I don't know, I'm just having a hard time this week. I didn't want you guys to think I forgot about you. Maybe I should do a live soon, just because that's part of why we're here, right? We're all struggling with something. We're not perfect. There's a lot of great qualities and gifts that can come along with being neurodivergent, but there's some challenges as well. And sometimes I wish it wasn't a struggle. I wish I could have known when I was younger the right job, the right goals. I wish I could have known some of these things in my 20s and not be figuring it out in my 50s. And I wish I didn't even have to think about these things. Everybody has to think about these things. How to, because I have to be realistic. Someday in the future, I'm going to have to pay the mortgage. I don't want to have to worry about these things. I want to create art. I want to find a job I love. And I feel like, I was just thinking about this yesterday. I feel like I've been spending my entire life trying to figure it out. And I'm tired. I don't want to figure it out anymore. I want to live. I don't even know what that means anymore. Life isn't supposed to be this hard. And I'm just being human, having my feelings. I was writing a response to somebody, and I realized that comorbidities of being neurodivergent and living with depression, anxiety, etc., is much more common than not, which makes a lot of sense because the world is not designed for people who think differently, who operate differently. And maybe being neurodivergent wouldn't be as much of a struggle if it was. I found a video a little bit ago showing all these famous people who are neurodivergent. I know it's possible. I know I have a lot of gifts and talents, and I spilled coffee on myself a little while ago. I'm having one of those days. This is the protein. Oh my God, it's so gross. I'm having one of those days. I think it's just, I'm going to give myself grace because there's been stuff going on with my family, and I have a lot of guilt too because the last few days I have not been my best self. I have not been positive. I've not wanted to be nice to anybody. I've been in my head. And when things are, when plans are thrown at me at the last minute and I don't know ahead of time, I'm sorry. I'm struggling too. And I'm not going to be feeling happy and bubbly all the time. And anyway, just wondering how you guys take care of yourself and your neurodivergence when you're having a tough day or a tough week. How do you change your thinking? Do you struggle with depression? Do you go to counseling? What are the things that help you? And maybe we can do a video or a live about that soon. What are the things that make you feel better again? What are the kind things you do for yourself? This week I've been playing with my color swatches, and I can do a video about that soon, but here's some of my color swatches that I've been working on over the years, and I can tell you all about these because they're exciting to me. And I will show you. Have you ever had your colors done? You can take colors from different parts of your body and they will always look good on you, and you can pick decor for your house, clothes in those colors, makeup in those colors. Believe it or not, these greens, you can't tell in this lighting, and these rust colors are in my eyes. And I will, if you want me to do a video on it, I will. And seasonal color analysis. People have different feelings about it, and that's fine. Wear what you like. Whatever makes you happy, do it. But I had my colors done when I was young, and this is a custom palette I'm making for myself. And this is the Susan Cagle method, I guess. I got a book less than a decade ago. I have different books on different types of seasonal analysis systems. One of the things that I've thought about doing as a job, but I don't know is sustainable, is to be an image consultant, seasonal color analysis person. It's one of these things that goes in style and then comes out of style, but guess what? My grandmother was an oil painter. Color theory comes from the world of art, photography, oil painting, etc. Color theory is, you can think what you want about it, and you can wear whatever colors you want. It doesn't say you can't wear other colors, but if you know there are certain colors that make you glow and look your best, why wouldn't you want to know what they are? If you're going on an interview, wouldn't you want to look your best? Wouldn't you want to make a good impression? It's a little shallow, but it's true. The human nature is people make their impression of you within the first few seconds of meeting you. Why wouldn't you want to do something that's going to feel good about yourself? Why wouldn't you do something that makes you feel a little bit more confident? So it's a color. It's not the end-all be-all. And I love art. My grandmother was an oil painter. Her dad was a pastel painter. My mother has done everything from needlepoint, stained glass, mosaics, art of all kinds, weaving, dyeing wool. I have done jewelry making. She likes to do beading with the little tiny seed beads. I don't know how she does it. She wears these glasses with the little light and the magnify. I couldn't. Crochet, knit, everything. If it's creative, we've probably done it. Anyway, I miss you guys. I'm sorry I haven't been here very much. I'm a hot mess. And that's okay. Sometimes I think it's our expectations on ourselves. Maybe we make things harder than they have to be. Maybe I just want to be neurotypical. I don't know. All I know is that the last few decades struggling with trying to find a job, and this is not what life's supposed to be about. This is a tremendous waste of energy. And then when you struggle, you feel like a failure. That's why sometimes it's hard to see the good. And I have to give myself grace this week because I'm human. I'm human. There's always a mess for me to clean up. There's always a better job that I could do that makes money, if I could keep one. I don't remember things being this much of a struggle when I was younger. I'm just tired. I'm tired of trying. I don't want a miracle job. I just want something that I kind of enjoy doing. I was a little bit of a Pollyanna maybe when I was younger. But anyway, this is longer than I meant, which is much shorter than my usual video, which I ramble for like an hour. So this will be nice, even though I look terrible. If anybody is familiar with David Zyla, I am trying to isolate my romantic color. Not romantic in the sense of romance with your partner, but the short version of these are that there are 5 colors that are unique to you. Yes, you can have your season done. Yes, you can say, I'm a summer, I'm a winter, I'm a fall, and know that those color palettes look good on you, which is true. And I have had my seasonal color analysis professionally done when I was a teenager. And I'm a middle-aged lady, and my skin tone has changed. My coloring has changed. It's now more washed out. Yes, I could color my hair again, but that's not who I am. My coloring's not the same. But it was very, very specific. It was the Color Alliance system. I don't know anybody who does that. So there was like, I don't know, a dozen types, half a dozen to a dozen types of each season, and it was specific to your exact skin color, your exact hair color, your exact eye color. Exact. And your swatches were yours, but they had every single color, every color. So your shade of red, your shade of orange, which is great, which I still use when I go shopping. Sometimes I will throw it in my pocketbook. And that's a reason why I tend to come back to this around the springtime, because I really need clothes. I don't have a lot of money. And so I need to make sure that, you know, I'm going to have less than $100, if that. Because now I've missed another, I don't know, 3 to 4 weeks of work. I had to come in for a training for like an hour or two. I think I got $30. Sometimes there's not food in the fridge, and I won't eat because I don't want to ask Curtis to buy more food because he kind of supports me. So I won't eat dinner. I won't eat. So, yes, if people have money they don't know. And I'm here, I'm fine. You know, I don't, it's just for like a tiny bit of a day, you know, I get enough. As long as I can keep taking my mental health meds and making sure I get a multi and a menopause supplement and some calcium, I'm good. It's a good thing about working where I work. We sell a lot of different things, keeping this generic, so I get a discount on anything that I buy in there, which we have a lot of everything. So that keeps it very generic. I could work anywhere. But yeah, looking for something to look forward to. It's funny, you don't know how much it affects your purpose. until you get older, ability to have kids. I wish I could have kids. Yes, I could adopt, but I'm broke. And now I'm in my 50s. I was one of these people that waited. I was like the only one out of my friends who waited to be responsible. I don't know if I could have had kids if I tried when I was younger. But people don't understand, like, that's what was important to me. I can find a job. I mean, I love my fiance, I love my mom, I love my extended family very much, but you can't only live for them. And I feel like my life is about other people. I don't even want for myself anymore. I don't even know what I want anymore. Don't worry. This is just where I'm at today. This is just what I'm feeling right now. And just because you think something's not going to get better, your brain lies to you. Okay? If you struggle with depression and you're watching this, do not use this as confirmation that things are indeed not going to get better. That is not what I'm sharing at all. Please, please. Even if you're struggling financially like I am, check in your local town, check with your local social services in whatever country you live in, and see what kind of health care you can get. Because as overwhelming as it is, especially if you're neurodivergent, I don't know about autism, but with ADHD, I've known actually every person that I've talked to that's neurodivergent gets overwhelmed with the whole process, the whole bureaucratic, complicated process of getting health insurance, calling the healthcare, being on hold for several hours, somebody being very if anybody has watched Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and you know those creatures that are the bureaucratic creatures, oh, you have to get a stamp from over there and go to this thing and then get it over here. And then you go there and they're like, no, you have to go back over there. That's how it feels like if you're a neurodivergent person and trying to get support. The thing that you need support with is struggling with executive functioning issues, which is me being able to think straight through problems. The thing that you need help with is the very thing you need to do to get the help. And I can't do that. Luckily, I have health insurance. I have to do some things before I lose it. Because, you have to keep up on all of your things all the time to keep it active. But if there's only one thing, if you're new here, my name is Sherry. Hi, I'm an adult with ADHD, probably autism as well. I do not have access to any kind of assessment. This is something that I have systematically been going through point by point by point with loved ones, with my therapist. This is not something I just diagnosed myself with, because I'm just going to say I actually don't know. I'm not a therapist and I'm not an expert, but probably I seem to relate more to autistic people than my fellow ADHDers. So you tell me. I don't know. I don't know if it matters. And I just did a post about this, about gender bias. It's very upsetting for me. It doesn't make sense. So many places don't even do screening for adults. Hello? Why is it we have not only gender bias, but we have bias like we will pour our health. No, I'm not saying not to do this. Absolutely help every child. Why is there so much assistance for children, but none for adults? None. I can go to counseling for my ADHD and my depression. It doesn't make them go away. People don't understand. Yes, you can. There's some support. There's counseling. And for ADHD, you can take a medicine, and that helps some, for some people. Because for some people, it doesn't help at all. But it doesn't fix everything. It makes you think a little better. It makes it less like you're in quicksand. It kind of makes the sinking slower. You're still struggling. And counseling is not a magic bullet. It's work. And it doesn't magically get easier. You learn coping skills, you learn tools, and there is hope. But if you might have autism as well, you're effed because there's nothing for you. First of all the places that I called do not take my health insurance. And from what I understand, where I live, until I get some other figures that show me different information, the information that I've found is that where I live, it costs $3,000 to $4,000. And if I can't buy food to eat, I have enough money that basically I can pay for my dinners when I go to work. And every now and then I can buy a little Revlon lipstick for myself. This past time that I worked, I splurged and I spent $50 and I bought like 5 different lipstick things because that's my little indulgence for myself. And that I feel guilty about. I feel guilty about that. Why? I can't pay rent. I can't give my mother money. I have enough for a little bit of food and maybe something. And I have to buy some clothes because I haven't done clothes shopping in like 3 years. I just want something to look forward to. On the plus side, we do have sewing machines and I can learn to sew again. It's been a long time. I have a serger that you can use to make knits. And I do have sewing patterns to make tops. But I'm tired and I'm depressed and I'm overwhelmed, and that's a project in itself. And I'm already like into making my color swatches. So I love you guys. This isn't me. I'm just I'm thinking I'm just going to have to accept, because depression runs in my family. It's something I'm diagnosed with. I am diagnosed with major depression. It's the first thing I was diagnosed with. I always have it. I can lie to myself. I did for many years. I can tell myself I don't have it. I can tell myself it's all in my head. And if I make different choices and have a different mindset, it will go away. But that's not true in my case. And denying something is there doesn't help you. Thinking you're going to die and everything's horrible isn't going to help you. But sometimes if you have a mental health issue like depression, and it is a diagnosed mental health issue, it's not a joke. Because sometimes and people might see me and I'm super pleasant when I'm in public, but they don't see me when I struggle. And I've had times where I didn't want to be here. And I don't want to feel that way. Luckily, I'm not to that point, but I still need something to look forward to. And I don't want to make the people I live with different than they are. I don't want to make them different people than they are. And I'm happy my mom's still with us. And she is, if for all those people who might be wondering, she's doing better. Got some blood work. I took her to get some blood work yesterday. And I'm frustrated. If you want an update on that, I'll just briefly say I'm just frustrated with the way I'm just happy she has it. But the physical therapist comes to the house. I never know from week to week what day it's going to be. What if I want to be here? I always find out at the last minute. I find out, like, she'll text me just before they show up. Like, they might call and say, hey, can I come over in an hour? And it's a different day. Like, how the F am I supposed to plan my week? And it pisses me off because I don't like that. I feel like a baby, and this is one of the many reasons I think I might have autism too, is because that I absolutely am not going to be cool with that. And I hate it when people ask me to go do something at the last minute. No, I'm doing this now. I already decided I'm doing this now. I don't care if the other thing's more important. You can't do that to me. My brain doesn't work that way, and that's not fair to do to people. Now, in all fairness, I was supposed to take Mom last week for blood work, so that was a me thing. In the last few days, this whole entire week got messed up because I haven't worked in several weeks, and I went after my work day, and I was really, really excited, and I'm grateful that my boss was able to adjust hours for me so I could make sure somebody was here with Mom. So my fiance and I could coordinate so somebody would be here in case she needs something, so she's not alone. Because she might not ask for help. We're all stubborn. Do you want to ask for help when you need? She was telling the doctor, oh, I'm not even taking my Tylenol anymore. So I thought she was fine because she wasn't telling me. And then yesterday when we went to get blood work for her, she's like, oh yeah, Sherry, did I tell you? I've been putting the Voltaren on my own back with the... You didn't tell me you were in pain. You didn't tell me. Now I feel like a horrible daughter because I didn't ask, because I heard her tell the doctor the last time we went to the doctor, oh, I'm doing great. I'm not... How's your pain? Oh, it's great. I'm not even taking... So I didn't even know. I don't know if it's a neurodivergent thing. I get so upset when people don't say what they mean. I don't understand that. I have to trust you no matter who you are, whether you're my boss, my mother, my friend, a stranger. I say when I need something. I say what I mean. I don't understand when people don't do that, and it's upsetting. I don't read between the lines. I don't know when to check on people. I don't understand when people say things just to be polite. I don't like that. I think it's bullshit. I don't think it should be complicated. Tell me what you fucking mean. Why do people do that? I don't get it. I don't know. It's just... Anyway. What does success look like for a neurodivergent person? How can we be successful? What does that look like? If we rewind it back to the beginning, if we start at the beginning and adjust our expectations, what is it that the counselors tell you to do? I think there's some pyramid of like needs, and you start with shelter. Do you have a place to live? Yes, you feel like shit about yourself because maybe you're not working, or maybe you're homeless. Maybe you don't have an income. Maybe you're living off of assistance because you can't function or keep a job. As much as you feel like shit, and it's hard enough to just function day to day and take care of yourself, remember to eat, you can't think about that. So you have to put that away and make yourself remember to eat and start at the beginning. A friend of mine who's on here, hi Nyla, how are you? I won't share too much. You can give her some love. Her name's Nyla. Not sure what her channel's called, but she's autistic, and she has a daughter who, I can't remember if it was level 3. She's nonverbal, and so has her challenges because she's a neurodivergent as well. How do you do that? I don't know. But yeah, it's embarrassing because you have to go back to basics and you feel like a child. Like, why is it a struggle for me to do basic stuff and not that life's not a struggle. It's a struggle for everyone. It's hard. It's not supposed to be easy. It's hard. Life is hard. It's work. You got to do your part. The world doesn't owe you anything. But if you have a disability, you have a right to ask for help. You have a right to not feel like shit about yourself. because that's the only feedback we get, is people telling you what you're bad at. Why can't you be on time? What's wrong with you? Or that you're so good at masking that you look fine. What are you talking about? Think I like working only one day a week because that one day, and I got my hours cut so that I didn't fall asleep till 5 o'clock at night in the morning. And then the next 3 days, I didn't sleep much. And then it was like, I don't know. I'm so out of sorts now. I finally adjusted it back to I don't know. I think I fell asleep before midnight last night. And I have this thing on my phone that's supposed to tell me when it's time to go to bed. And I don't understand. If I'm on, and there is a feature on YouTube, so if I'm on YouTube, it will tell me, and that's helpful, because if I have a thing that pops up and it's already interrupted, and that's what I like about the YouTube thing. It's a feature. I don't know how you can get it if it hasn't already asked you, but look in settings. There's got to be some way to find it. You can set a bedtime. So I think I set mine at 11. So at 10:30 it reminds me, so that I shut the phone off, because the light will stimulate your circadian rhythm to think it's daytime and not make melatonin, and you won't fall asleep. You'll be stimulated, especially if you're like me and you have ADHD. The dopamine will keep you thinking. Oh, my phone's about to die. I love you guys. I'll see you later. Bye.